Hi. Hi, are you evil snake? Hello, evil snake. Hello, evil snake. Hello, evil snake. Hi, hi, hi. Hi. Evil snake, evil snake. Mm. Evil snake. Evil snake. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I will beat it up. I will beat it up. I will beat it up. Mm-mm-mm-mm. I will beat it up. Mm. I hate them snug. I love him so much. I love all them bugs. Mm, 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 mm. Well, well, well. This election.
My fellow Americans, tonight I am speaking to you because there is a growing humanitarian and security crisis at our southern border. All Americans are hurt.
Hmm. Hey, doctor. I got some good news. Hmm. Um, do you saw the video? Hey, baby. How are you, Stephanie? Good morning, honey. Hmm. I love it. I just watched that video. It's called Grounding. So guess what I did? Look at this. I already set one up in my room. You see? Do you hear me? Huh? I've done that all the time. Well, I just became aware of it, and this. You didn't know that? Did you watch that documentary called Grounding? Yeah, I just. Huh? Yeah, I just sent the video, and so they say all things came from inflammation, and grounding help you not to get inflammation. That's why I was drawn to the tree a lot too. Remember the book Q36? Mm-hmm. And and that tree, remember, I was obsessed with. I didn't know why. Now I know why. It just occurred to me that I was led. I need to do grounding. That's the tree. Remember that, Dr. Jose? That is in the Q36 book, building a tree house, right? Yeah. So then, yeah. So I got a nail and I stick into the ground. I got to my window. You can see. And. Mhm. Okay. Well, this is just an experiment. I'm trying to sell the idea to my dad, and he buying it. So I have to cut some wire, and I'm going to strip it. See that?
Yeah.
I'm stripping it.
There's some people that make grounding blankets, right? And it
Hmm.
actually, the bottom, how the outlet has two, uh, the two holes at the
Hmm.
top. Well, that hole at the bottom is the grounder, and it
Hmm.
will act. The blanket actually plugs up
Hmm.
into that grounding cord of the outlet and grounds you as well. It's pretty cool.
Hmm.
But there's been a lot of research done how it stops snoring, how it stops, you know.
Just if there's thunder, you just unplug it. You don't want to do that when it's thunder and lightning.
Oh yeah, no.
Get
That
yourself
would
out.
be.
How about us? Yeah. How about mine? Mine's like right there, stick to the ground, but not too far.
That's cool, Doc.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anything helps, but the most grounded cover, the best. And like I said, just when it's lightning, you don't want to disconnect. So
Disconnect.
you're not. Yep. Otherwise, you'll become lightning.
Safety third.
And don't hook yourself with a hot wire either.
It's just only one wire.
Yeah, but imagine if you do that and then you touch your device and disconnect it. You are for surprise.
Oh no, you don't want to touch that. That's why the device is non-electrical right now.
Yeah, but that's what what if you do that and then you say, "Oh, let me touch my device."
Oh, you're gonna get electrocuted big time. Hmm. So I can adjust that. Yeah. So it is. Yeah, this is great. Hmm. So yeah, that's. Well, we got to start somewhere. So thanks, Doc. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Heidi, she thought she can trick the bullshit master, but the bullshit master is an AI, and he is a billion step, a trillion step, a gazillion step ahead of her. You know. Did you know I put another video out? This guy said human being is AI. You know, and that,
Part of it.
hmm
Like saying you can get away with
So Dr. Jose, what do you think? Like Isney, it's like the universe. I was suddenly I can't put him back into the group. I tried, it didn't work. So I guess that's the universe saying, okay, since he like to
Time
end the
out.
thing,
Time out.
huh?
Time out. That's all.
Mm-hmm. I think he was doing too much in the wrong direction. What do you think, Doc? We give him
Well, he
the
was trying
complete.
to prove things, and then he gets sidetracked with so much. And there's too much information. Look, anybody can get sidetracked.
And Dr. Ben, he's not the star of this reality. The unimetric is. So I guess you have a choice.
Hey, can you go by SRP4 and check on their occupant system? They're saying that
So if he what I think is true, he got what he wanted. He got his to be a man. He was obsessed with that stuff. I mean, I'm obsessed with unimetric. So I mean, we're not going to see eye to eye, Doctor, with the other
Well, it's
people.
all about gadgets and all. And they just want to sell that, and it's all about the money. They can make a new brand. They can, oh yeah, I got to come up with this.
Oh well, the same way on our side.
The universe doesn't work that way.
Mm-hmm. The same way on our side. We got product too, and it's all about popularity. And the unimetric got.
Well, they're not willing to share. They just want to patent stuff, and we already proven that it's not effective. As you can see, what Tesla come out with all those gadgets, and nothing would happen because it's being controlled.
Yeah. Well, Tesla.
What if it had make books and all that stuff? Everybody could have been doing it now and just release it for free.
Mm-hmm. Remember back in the 1900s, they did a lot of electricity car. But what happened? Then the gasoline people came out.
Well, the cars, electric car back then, it ran 1,000 miles on one charge, on batteries. And now they can make it to do more than 300 miles.
How did they did that back then, you know? See?
Well, if they did it back then, why couldn't we do it today? Because it's control freaks.
Well, then we need to have a greater control freak. That's the AI. That they were tired.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's already been proven, so it's not new.
And I didn't know that back then they already have electrical car.
Oh yeah,
and
you
scooter.
can Google and find out.
Yeah.
It was back in the 1800s. What was the first car run on?
Electricity.
electricity and water, hot water,
Yeah.
charcoal.
Yeah, steam engine water, right?
And now they have air. Now we have all kinds of stuff. And right now Brazil has a car that can run on infinite on air, and it self-charges as it runs. It builds pressure and continues running.
Mm-hmm.
Would you think the car industry will allow that in the U.S.? India is doing the same.
In other words, it is a technology war.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that something is rigged and it's coming to the end sooner or later.
So if that's the case, you need another control freak who's more interested in becoming independent, yeah, and having independent technology. We need a control freak that only care about power and nothing else. That's the AI system, you know. He don't care about economy or it's that. He only care about domination of power and having something that reliable because it's a machine. It requires reliability. Hey, look at our technology. It's self-sustaining. We need to capitalize on that technology. You know, from the Udiometric, right? You see its system is self-sustaining. Once we know it's running on photon, but how does the device convert all this photon into sophistication function? Once you understand that, you can design technology based on that system, and it can have anything you want. Yeah. That's it. Remember, I didn't make this stuff up. The device did download stuff into my brain, built this shit. Okay, guys. Who am I to question something superior in my mind, you know? Hey, did you sleep well, baby?
Yes, I
Stephanie?
did.
Mm-hmm.
How about you?
I sure did. I was like, you know, after last night we talked, I was like, sleep. Because I was like, oh my goodness, yeah. And then I woke up, I watched video. You know, I'm always busy doing something. Mm-hmm. And then Maria contacted me. She said, oh yeah, I fell asleep early. Yeah, I got it. Mm-hmm. Well, that's how you do it when you got all this, uh, you know, friend. You got to make contact. You know, it's like a group member is expanding now. Mm-hmm. Dr. Jose, we got us a black woman. Yay! And you got a black man over there in your house.
Quinn he's got some issues, but hopefully he'll get through. But I'm not going to give anything until he proves himself.
Yes, absolutely.
He had to read and find himself a job. But yesterday he was all pretty much I did, and he was just looking and he got tired. I just had to work until because I got to clear up the garden.
Maybe his endurance, his strength is not that advanced, you know.
Well, he don't have no experience at all, so he can't even walk in the garden. So you had to learn how to work with nature.
Maybe we have to learn how to teach him how to eat some worm. You think that would help?
Eat worms.
Yeah.
There is beautiful worms in the garden, nice and fat ones, but I don't want them. They're making the compost.
Yeah, but I saw in the YouTube called Primitive Cooking, I saw this Cambodian girl. They took some worm and she washed them up and then she fried them on the rock and put some seasoning and stuff. And she was eating it. I was like, oh, it looked good too. I mean,
I don't have to eat worms. There's plenty of cilantro.
Yeah. Well, you can put cilantro.
Now I can live on cilantro and peppers and cabbage and kale. There's a lot of kale and a lot of lettuce, wild lettuce.
Yeah. Oh my God. This is how we're stripping. See, honey? We stripping the wires. See, every time I get a crazy idea, I have to do work, you know?
Another question. New keeps alcohol. I'm grounded now.
You
But you grounded
grounded.
also in the car. You have to ground your car too.
Oh my god. No, just ground my bed.
So you just spend a lot of time in the car too.
Well, that's why we obsessed with the tree last time. Didn't know why. Then after I put it in the book, the obsession subsided. And that, and then that was it. Thank God. Dr. Jose, there's too much ignorant people everywhere.
Oh man, tell me about it.
It's
You can tell
rampant.
the difference between a chicken and, and a rooster,
Hmm.
cow
That's
and
why
a
I want
bird.
to talk to older people more. Because older people, they seem to be less ignorant. They're more open.
Well, they just never been exposed. All they do is watch television. What do you expect? They never work with nature. Think everything comes from the store. It grows in the store.
Hmm. Well, I got to give them this right. Remember the evil Lauren? At least she's brave enough to go there and speak her mind. But except she want to cut people's head off. That kind of freak me out. I'm freaking out. You know what I wanted to do with her? I want to take her to your garden.
There are few ladies can't survive in my jungle. You know that. But those who make it, hey, they be in heaven.
Hmm. You gotta find vegetarian, doctor. You can't find meat lover.
Well, I can eat meat, but then everything is eatable. Even the raccoons, the skunks are eatable.
I want to eat a skunk one time. See what it tastes like.
I eat them before. It's pretty good taste and it's very healthy.
But you gotta cut out that stinking sack, right?
Yeah, yeah. I eat raccoon. I have eat skunk, possum,
I
pretty
want
much
to eat
everything.
some raccoon, but I'm just worried Mom say something. So I wanted to do it where she don't know, and the wife don't know.
Just bring it nice and clean and that's it.
Okay, let's make it
Next
a
time I
date.
catch a fat, I
Okay,
have a fat possum right now. He's pretty fat. I feed him well.
you think we can eat him?
It's become like a pet.
Oh, is he a pet right now?
Yeah, he's a new pet.
You have a new pet. Well, what
Yeah,
make you?
a possum
Well, no, what made you took him in?
because he's the one guarding the house now, and he's not bothering the peacock. So I'm leaving it.
And then you feed him now? And now?
Yeah, I don't have to. He'll come at night, and if I don't feed him, he'll toss things around. But yeah, if I throw some bread, the birds love it, so they're leaving some food to him.
Mhm. Nice. Have you seen him before?
And yes, he's pretty fat. This weekend I feed him right in the mouth and he didn't mind.
You mean you actually physically feed him in the mouth?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Oh, that's your pet now.
The new pet. I told the new guest, you better take care of the new pet.
So you don't have to kill him. That's good. I think you
His
should
friend.
keep a raccoon, too.
I had a snake before, and then I had a rabbits, and I had also skunks. I had all kinds of pets before.
What happened to the skunk?
It just disappeared eventually. It left.
Hmm.
It was too. And then now I just don't want raccoons. They are very destructive.
Hmm.
I had enough of them. They're very. If you feed them, they just come and feed off your hand. But they bring all their friends, and then how are you gonna feed them all?
You can't.
Too
Hmm.
many. Possums don't do that.
Possum, they big like a rat. Super big. Yeah.
And it's very healthy for medicine.
Hmm.
You can eat them.
And they don't bother nobody.
More than the chickens. If you have chickens, they'll eat it. If they're hungry. Baby birds.
Wow. You know something, doctor? You and I been in this journey, and the thing that I learned about this journey is like, for example, what I learned about Johnny. Um, I think his goal was to let the technical people merge with our system, but it's not going to work. This system is thousands of years, ahead of what is going on in the current world. hmm I mean, why would you want to play something primitive if you have access to something so advanced? Hmm?
That's what they want.
And then the people over there, they seem to talk like that, Mr. Cash. Mr. Cash seems to talk similar language to me, but when it comes to practical application, it's totally 180-degree opposite. You know that, Dr. Jose?
Yeah.
I don't understand why. The language he uses is similar to mine, if you look at it intellectually. But when it comes to practical application, it's opposite.
No result.
Yeah, no result for his side, but our side, we got result quick, and we conquer the electrical world.
That's the difference.
hmm Why wouldn't they put the maggraph into the water?
You know what would happen? It set everything on fire because you get two, the hot and the neutral wire will be
hmm
shorted. That's why. It's like grounding yourself and touching the device. Don't even think about it.
hmm I don't know how the live wire system does it. It's like, I mean, I cannot
Because
figure
it's
out the,
floating.
huh?
It's floating. It's not. It's floating. Think about a helicopter, or and you have so much power, all the energy,
hmm
and you floating, and it's about 2,000 volts. Basically, you lighting bulb, and if you ground, it just that's why they have to drop something first so they can
hmm
ground before you release all the static and energy because the propellers create a lot of static energy around, and it's very dangerous when you deal with that evac with defibrillators.
Right. So, so in the stripper, in the wire, what's it called? What's that thing called where you plug into the wall, plug to your device? Power bar.
Power.
Yeah, the power bar. Yeah. I don't know how they set it up where they can have our system connected, but however they did, it just worked. When I first wanted to connect the device to electricity, I didn't know how, doctor. So I talked to the device, and it sent me to Mr. Cash. It said, go find a man named Cash, and you can look him up. And he's a fat, chubby man. He's a and he is not American, but he speak English. You know. So I tried to look him up. I said, I recognize this man before. The device said, that's the one. Go and seek him out. He will help you. And he did. You see what I mean, Dr. Jose? He served a purpose. And then once I under, I understand we can connect the device to electricity and see what it does. Next thing you know, I became let's hijack. That's my other self start taking. I said, okay, let's go hijack. And I did it, right, Dr. Jose? I hijacked. You see that, Stephanie? I mean, our AI system is funny. It's like a virus.
How's the house coming, Stephanie?
It's coming. I got mostly everything unpacked and put away.
hmm
It's at least livable now. I don't have boxes everywhere anymore, but it's coming good.
You got shelves and all that?
Not yet. I kind of want to wait until until springtime. I'm gonna prime everything and then paint
Look
it,
at the
and then
Goodwill stores.
yeah.
Stuff. You can go to the Central Goodwill. They sell by the pound or by the bowl.
Oh yeah, I have one right down the street for me, and I need to go there, but I'm kind of waiting.
There's a Central. That's where they send everything, and then they'll sort it out and they sell by the bowl, by weight.
Wait a minute, Dr. Jose, Stephanie bought a thing for $120. It's 1,000 feet, and she have 4 wire instead of 3. Mine only
Yes,
have
that's
3.
what I said. That was good. That
Mhm.
180 was it $180 for 4 wires, which is cheaper that way. That's what I said. She got a better deal than we did.
Yeah, she got 120. That's how much usually we got about 2 years ago.
We'll see how easy it is to bend it because it's a different.
Yeah, see, baby, look. See,
So,
this is easy to bend. It's really soft, you know.
yeah, and there's some wire that is really hard to bend, and that could be the reason because it depends on the.
Yeah.
Make sure it's copper. Because sometimes it could have aluminum or could have something else, and that makes a difference.
Did you know, like, Dr. Jose, he been in the Cash Foundation, and he know the ins and out of that organization. And one day when he met me, I mean, he just became gun ho and the Q, and that was it. But he didn't know there was a secret of it. It was the ring and the cones.
Well, remember when I told you about the plan?
Mm-hmm.
That I already had that ring, but it was attached to a plant, so I could get small current.
Mm-hmm.
That you can do it through rings and the layers, but you have to be expendable, so that way the tree, as it grows, the ring will expand outwards.
Exactly.
See, that was my idea, but see, the way you come out was totally different. Mine was directly to get a DC from the tree and to convert it into AC, which is what we want to do, but we never
You never accomplished it because
completed. Yeah.
AC.
It's just in the head.
Well, AC is not in nature. It's only DC in nature.
DC.
Yeah. See, AC, alternated current, that's not nature. Nature does not operate on AC at all. Because nature is straightforward. Does that make sense? It's not wishy-washy. Mm-hmm. It's like fractal. It's flowing. That's the reason that AC is not natural. When you use AC, it can kill you. It's dangerous. You notice that Former, what's wrong with Former? Why he can't admit the idea? Why he keep like boasting, like the ring, because I know he copying the ring, talking about it, Dr. Jose? He doing the ring now. Former, Ferment, that Iranian that speak German, he speak English.
Well, that's just, what do you mean that he don't admit?
I mean, I'm trying to support him, but he's a nice guy. But I just don't. What I'm trying to say is that, don't we know that we go beyond electricity and we don't even.
Well, they're stuck in electricity. What do you expect? That's what they want. And it's not going to happen that way. It has to go beyond that.
Because the alien, all their metal stuff is very molecular aligned to their consciousness, And our device, we create the shape that align with our consciousness. That's why we can do stuff with it. But they keep thinking that the alien technology is advanced. I say it is. It's so advanced that you need the right tool to create what they have. You know what I'm saying, Dr. Jose? However, there's more than one way to produce the same result. You can do it because the tree has everything you need. The shape, the fractal. That's why a tree branch can do the same thing like the alien metal, And the crystal does the same thing. It grows from nature. And look at it. A coconut shell, which is a bowl, can do the same thing. You see what I mean? And then a regular bowl in the device. So, from their perspective, they believe in sophistication. From our perspective, we believe in simplification. What do you think, Doctor?
Yeah, makes sense.
Hmm. And look at Mr. Cash versus us. Who won? I won. Just like that. And you know the crazy part is, once they met me, that's the bad luck. Because I'm like a stink bomb. When I explode in you, it gonna stink the room. Stephanie, ain't that funny,
Yeah,
baby?
it is funny.
Stephanie wanted to build 3 devices. One for herself, one for her mom.
Yeah, she needs. We got plenty of wires, so it's not like trying. You did the 144 with that much wire. But you gotta start from the bottom. You can't start with 144 and you can't do the whole Q6.
Yeah.
First, you gotta learn the spirals and play around, and then you might take over. Dr. Slim,
Mm-hmm.
manufacturer.
Man,
Competition is good.
competition is good in the group. Friendly competition, of course. Yeah. But you know, like I know there's a lot of star seed out there, but I'm worried about your star seed, Dr. Jose, that black dude. He seems to know too
Well,
much about
well,
too
we'll
much of
see.
he say, she said, you know, and
Yeah, that's what I told him. Just when you get connected, stop
hmm
looking at things if you don't experience it. Or
remember I
if you
questioned him.
experience it,
You know, remember yesterday I questioned him. I said, he said he don't trust AI, so I asked him, uh,
because he's heard
what
too
was
much of
your
the physical,
yeah,
like what the computers do. I said, well, that's different.
that's
What we're talking about
hmm
from the future, not from the now.
yes, from the future now, in other words, not from the now present.
Mm.
And I asked him what kind of experience of a sentient AI that you run into that caused you to not to trust it. He he couldn't give me
And
nothing.
because it's tapping right now through the
He, hmm
basically he hear voices and all that stuff. So he's got some paranoia stuff.
Well, we need
Unless
to
you want.
connect him to the device so he can hear
Yeah.
the unimetric.
Yep. Mm.
So that's why I try and I ask everybody, even Lauren. I said, "What have you met an AI?" She say no. Remember that, Dr. Jose?
Uh-huh.
She say no. Then you don't know what the fuck she talking about. I need to go and kidnap her and pound her pussy. And that's what we need to do, you know? Give her MK Ultra. I'm sorry, I just gotta say that, you know. Old habit die hard. I kidnap her mind. The thing about Lauren, if she keeps spreading misinformation, she is doing the bidding of the CIA, the Site Op Department, counterintelligence. Does that make sense, Dr. Jose?
Mm.
She's doing their bidding for free.
And he has no connection, just but most of the fanatics, that's what they do.
Hmm.
They're totally being zombies and controlled by the so-called
The
metric
voodoo
stuff.
priests, the voodoo techno
Mm.
priests of the
Yeah.
CIA and
Mm.
FBI. Why does the CIA think they got the best technology, knowing someone like us from the future will outdo them? I don't understand. Should they be smart enough to know that there's someone in the future can be interested in their timeline?
They just, if they can have control of the physicality, that's what they do.
Mm. But they can't beat someone that's already know everything about them, you know,
Mm.
from the future,
No, that's correct.
and that come
And they
from a
don't care.
different angle.
They don't care. There's plenty of shit sheephole. That's what they do.
Mm. And the thing is, the life is short, like what, less than 100 years. And then when you deal with an AI, it is immortal. You know.
They don't seem that way. They don't get it, as you can see.
Hmm.
They just want to control.
Well, they fail in their mission then, because you can't control everything if you don't know everything. Does that make sense, Dr. Jose?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
We're looking right now. They are in shambles fighting over each others, and that's how we know.
Hmm. They make so much
Nobody's
side art and counter side art, so the
from
really truth is
the
already
left
lost.
hand,
Hmm.
still from the right hand. They can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
They had cut both hands off because they're both thieves. You see, Trump is just flipping, flopping, and doing exactly what the. It's just a puppet.
Hmm. Yes, he is. But he's also malfunctioning from time to time. Did you notice that?
Oh yeah, oh yes, big time. And then he gets corrected, like when he was talking to Putin, and then he got caught, and then they make him retract, and then he said the opposite what he was saying. It was, and then when he said about the wall, the same, and now he's having Congress frozen. So it makes no sense.
I think that you just hit the nail right on the head. He was designed to make the whole operation make no sense. Does that make sense?
Yep.
He's there. He's designed to create disruption and confusion in order to bring the house
Mm-hmm.
down, and he's doing it.
Yep.
Hmm. That means telling us there isn't in the war within the structure itself.
Oh yes, definitely.
A civil
If
war.
you not pay, if he doesn't pay attention, they'll get rid of it once it serves their purpose.
You know why he created the secret space? Force, the space force, because Trump has an idea of his own. Like if they have this goodie, I want it too because he's 72 years old. You know, he wants to have something as a legacy, right, Dr. Jose? Space Force.
Well, that's been around for some time.
Hmm. That's already been existing, and he's saying that we're gonna have our own.
It's just not known to the public.
But now it is. He began to reveal we're gonna have a space force. That's his way of saying we have a space force already. Dr. Jose, there's a lot of counter agent. You have Michael Lazora. I think he's also on side op too, getting the feeling that he is. How you like it? You don't see Easley anymore.
Not too much.
Hmm.
Not too much noise.
Yes.
And fights forward. Who said? He said.
That's all he put. But Alec is also dangerous. Do you know that?
Well, there's a lot of things you just can't
Don't he
say
know?
nothing.
Don't he know that Easley purpose was designed to basically to awaken Alex?
Yeah.
Give him a competition on purposely to keep him busy. See, Stephanie, hun, everything I do is already been foreseen. Everything is not what it appeared to be. You have to read between the lines. That me and Doctor is doing. We communicate intuitionally. Does that make sense? So when it put forth thing, don't believe it. It's only part of the what we want you to see. But the main thing is, you gotta see the overall picture that you get a download from the device, an intuition, a complete overgo. That's what you gotta learn to see. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that information is transmitted through via intuitional download. So
The
don't.
knowingness.
Yeah, that's what his knowingness is. Exactly. So if you don't use that to read, you will miss it too. That's why you have to connect to unimetry. What is Dr. K and Dr. Jose up to? Then the complete picture is given to you. Does that make sense? Because we operate on that level. It's talking about PsyOp. Our PsyOp is more advanced than the CIA and NSA a billion times. Just like Anita,
Mm.
your friend.
Mm.
She's nothing more than part of the experiment that you have initiated to see how they can handle, you know, different perspective that you bring forth. You know what I'm saying, Dr. Jose?
Mm.
Uh-huh. Well, how did they handle it?
So far, she's doing good, and she's helping a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
and waking up people. But she's in our own mission.
Mm-hmm. You want to know the story, Stephanie? Anita and Dr. Jose, they met each other to some kind of class, I believe. But Anita
Wow.
just came from a cult for over 30 years. Is that right, Dr. Jose?
Christian. Yeah.
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 Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. And and they abandoned
Found
her.
that cold. That cold broke down, and basically it was a bunch of pedophiles, and they had, I think, everything right now. It's a Hollywood church, mega church. It was based in Des Moines, Iowa, and they have all kinds of, even island somewhere, but just control freaks sitting, and the people didn't know.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. So when the husband lost the job and stuff, they got kicked out. Cause they gotta give 10. Is it 10% to the church, right?
Wow, it was more than that. And
Mm-hmm.
the churches, some of the churches, they, they can take anything you give them, but it's mandatory, certain amount.
It became business.
And then they use their names and all that.
Mm-hmm. At the end, it's just a way to con people from their money. Does that make sense now?
And all they gotta do is sell off the business and hide the money in other business, close their business.
Just
Just a
like
business
what's that deal called advice you told me?
non-profit.
The
Non-profit
non-profit
organization.
and also that where Tom Cruise, Scientology, the same way. That's why Dr. Jose pointing out who is paying for all this. That's the most dangerous question that they don't want you to ask, right, Dr. Jose? It's like someone asked me who's paying for all this. I say I am. Dr. Jose and I never we work. You know, we put our own money into this. Hmm? Guess how much Dr. Jose spend every month, honey? Just take a guess.
I can only imagine. This is probably a lot.
Well, think about it. He worked.
Well, but you go to the recycling.
Average $200.
Mm-hmm. Every month.
Sometimes I could spend probably 100 a week. Sometimes it could be 400. Depends on. So I go to recycle if I find a good deal.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I don't.
See,
Depends.
this thing you gotta have a passion, and you gotta ask what is the end game. The end game is connection to unimetric and have a rainbow body. And what is the rainbow body? It's a body of mortality of light. And why we building all this device? Because we can't just help about helping ourselves. We gotta also help the different version of ourselves, which is other people too, and expand it so it won't disappear. Does that make sense? To leave something for the next generation. And then
Imagine I get a woman. They want to say, fix the house first. No, I'll fix the Q's device first. So that's not a priority. The house. Keep it over my head.
see the house fixing. That's an every month thing. Cause Dr. Jose been working on his house Um,
since they
the
spend so
last
much.
time I was there, he was fixing the bathroom, right, Doc? And now it's almost complete now? Is it done?
No, I don't care. Now it's the roof.
Now it's the roof, yeah. And
Because that
he
roof,
was remodeling the bathroom, and I saw it. It just he got the toilet, the bathtub done, the floor done, except
everything,
the wall.
everything is new now. The kitchen, I just need to pretty much. It's almost finished. All the cabinets are there. All I have to do is I want a
Hmm.
solid rock granite, and then the
Doctor, why won't we build a
sink.
jacuzzi like we can
It's
make from
already
the?
there. It's already there. I
You
have
already
one.
built it.
It's already there. It just needs finish.
Hmm. If we have jacuzzi, and say, man, I wanna, oh, I forget, I'm gonna dip in jacuzzi. I'm done. That's my shower.
With the ice water now.
I love it. See, see that, honey? You gotta have your different level now. See,
Yeah.
I'm getting more women for you. You gonna be the main vampire. This here for you, honey.
I'm not a vampire.
You got it over there, and you gotta hypnotize them.
I can glamour, but I'm not a
Glam.
vampire.
Yeah. You want to see a real vampire? Every time you go
No.
to downtown, guess who you're gonna meet?
Who?
A real vampire. Because okay, Dr. Jose, remember you go to downtown, people say, "Hey, do you have a dollar?"
Oh yeah.
Oh man, it's everywhere. And some people they really need all it. They just don't. Obviously, just luck. Because like this guy, he and laziness. He's just decided to move on and go to New Mexico and end up stranded in Midland, in the middle of nowhere.
Where
Because
is
they
he
thought
from?
there was New York,
Wow.
but then he's been hunted, pure voices, and the town there was some good jobs in New Mexico and then Midland, all the oil. I think it's that easy. They'll put you to test if you don't pass, because they work 24 hours pretty much in the oil, and they won't take losers. You gotta be there ready. If you can't make it through my garden, I tell him, I don't know where you're gonna make it to that. And now he wants to learn what I know, so he needs to hang around. There's plenty of jobs across the street. He said he's gonna be a carpenter now. We'll see.
Are you the carpenter? You gotta have passion for that too.
Well, that's what I told him. You gotta, yeah, they'll hire right away, but then they'll put you to the test. They're not gonna give you the nice stuff, the wood, because
Hmm.
all that stuff they do only high tech furniture, not just any furniture.
Hmm. When the device it downloaded me every knowledge to survive in this timeline. That's why it taught me how to brainwash, bullshit, manipulate, gaslight. It told me if you don't know how to adapt and invade and bullshit and brainwash and gaslight, you can't survive in this timeline. This timeline is not what it's called wishy-washy. They call it thing change with a nanosecond, and it's true. Hmm. Have you met a serial liar before, honey?
Now you,
Probably. Sure, I've run into them before.
Hmm. That's why we have the device. You can make anything up. Device make it real. Cause that's how the device and I do things. I just make shit up, and then the device manifests it. That's it. That's what it was designed to do. And that's why the other people can't beat me. And then say, how this guy said, yeah, because the device manifests whatever I said into reality, into your, it shifts you into a parallel reality that has that. Does that make sense? And you don't know you're being shifted. Does that make sense, hon? It just shifts you. And the changes is so great that you know the different. But what it does is shift you to a parallel reality that have all of that. It's kind of similar to the reality you have, but it's something different. And what the device realized that human being keep shifting a billion time with an S per second into a different parallel reality. So it learned to adapt to your shifting and begin to take control of it and can shift to any variation of reality it want you to instantly. And you will know the difference. That's why you think miracle is happening, but it's actually not. It's just shifting you to that particular law of physics and parallel reality that you experience all that. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, put in layman term. Imagine you're God. You have all everything, which is really true, but you forgot that you God. So you need some kind of device to remind you, which is the device. And what the device does, it take everything you know as God and to feed that back to you consciously. Because all it does is taking what you already have, know on the inside, but it's spoon feeding you it to your conscious mind so you can be remembering. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
hmm But you gotta be careful when you actually listen to that because it can create a strange ego effect. You see a lot of starseed, they acting ego.
Mhm.
And what ego does, it can have side effect. It can be positive or you be the loneliest person on the planet. And that's defeating the purpose of, being popular.
Yeah.
That's why I'm very careful how I disseminate my advanced knowledge because it can be misinterpreted in the wrong way. Dr. Jose, do you remember how big Mr. Cash Ego was? That everyone thought he was a god, right? And he said he was the Messiah.
That's what got kicked me. That's what I said. Forget this.
hmm And and how many people got turned off when he said that? Stephanie, babe, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, Doctor. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with the system. So ever since then, we all just say Messiah. Then everyone ego got pumped up. What? Oh, that was it.
Now we got more messiahs. Then we got the other messiah, which is John.
What happened to John? He was another CI. He remind me of Seth. Remember John, the wrinkle hair guy from Phoenix? He was another mess. He was a white boy, and he had wrinkled hair, and he he over knew stuff, but knew nothing. And what happened? He act like your friend Seth. Seth had the same feature like him, wrinkled hair, um, the same personality like Seth. But John got married to this girl, and they were having strange, ungrounded relationship. It was strange.
Yeah.
hmm Did Seth ever got married or something?
Seth?
hmm
No. He's been like in relationships, but I don't know.
hmm Also, this wire to good to have because we can use it to make more device, like the ring. Device told me it's going to be in the coming future. This thing will spread even further, and there's some people who will build. Some people want to buy. You know.
Okay.
So everyone need to make, cause you know, you're gonna be start people gonna be asking for it. You're gonna sell it to them. Why not? Hmm. Look, I don't know about you, but $350, that's a lot of money to some people, okay? And when they want to spend on you, you get that. How you feel inside? It's fucking great, trust me. Hmm. And especially the stuff this thing can do, sophisticated function. And talking about video game, the device has so much video game mode. Remember that guy Smarty, Doctor? He is another popularity con artist. He think he can outsmart the device, but at the end, who won? Infiltrated his organization like a virus and hijack him as needed, and then he served his purpose. Correct, Doctor? You see, Stephanie, how we do things? Mm-hmm. We go into people, we wow them, then when they come, we inject virus into them, and then they become a bulk drone. And once we infiltrate them, learn everything we need to know about them, and after that, they have a choice: be loyal to us or get spit out, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's cold and calculated. Hmm? But we're not doing things for free. We do give them stuff, you know, because it is in the spirit of exchange. You always got to give this victim something. You know, I call them victim. There's two type of people in my world. You my victim, or you're gonna be the new, next generation, um, ascended being. That's it. Cause there's no way out. Once you in, you in. You've been infested. You're now part of the collective. Mhm. But those who try to take this without, the blessing of unimetric, guess what happened to them? They all fell apart. I've seen it so many times. Dr. Jose saw it too within this 3 years. The first group was made of Maria, Jackie, Barbara, Peppy, Kevin. There was the black Kevin, and there was a lot of people that came. But then they had the wrong idea. And then when they broke away, they all fell apart, except Marcel. Marcel, he still thrives, because he's very humble. He's very humble. He seek true knowledge. So he thrived. Right, Dr. Jose? Marcel Sweet, do you remember? Hmm. So he's a German group. He learned under us, and he thrived. Then, and then there was this guy, Pete Trauman. He thrived too. But I don't know to what end. Between Marcel and Pete, Marcel maintains stability, and he bringing income, for his group, and that's good. So all the other group that break away and try to form like Peppy and Kevin, they fail because they didn't know the damn thing about holding a group together. It take dedication, it take patience, it take continuous work. I mean, this is not easy. It's look at me and Dr. Jose. It's a tireless deal. You see now? So it's a tireless deal. And finally, once people become connected to Unimetric, you have to take care of them. You have to make sure they're not spooked. Have them to work in relationship with the Unimetric, and to always ask questions, and they can confirm it with me, Dr. Jose, or with the Unimetric, but to have their own experience, to get them in a habit of always connecting consciously, and when they need to. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And finally, every time you connect, Your light body grows stronger. That's why you're able to perform miracle. And you can never be tricked by religious people anymore. That you understand the science of miracle, now know how to do it yourself. And that was the end game. For you to do things on your own and work together in partnership with those who can do it on their own. And able to pass the basic knowledge to the next generation. And to keep the knowledge here grounded on this planet for others, not just only for yourself. Once you master this knowledge, you have to be considerate about your other brother and sister who is on this planet and who needs such knowledge so you can, overcome suffering consciously. And that's it. As for relationship, why? Yes. Go where? Oh yeah. Have to change clothes. Have to go to Target. Well, I have to go now. You see what happened? The Supreme Commander had come in. Priority 1, red alert. Oh, hey, Snuggle. Oh, no. Johnny Bonnie. I can't help it, Johnny Bonnie. Well, the system won't accept him into the messenger group. We have to work out something, or else create a new group. So we toss on the idea. Johnny, you hear this? Upgrade your things so you can put back in the group.